Yo, 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 this is your boy Fireworks, and welcome back. This is Snoopers Gonna Snoop YouTube channel. The beautiful white gold is here with us today. And we have I think, an official trailer. No, it just says new trailer. Okay, so I know what you did last summer. This is a new trailer, all right? So we did get, like, I guess it was a teaser. It doesn't say official. I have to look on YouTube and see if Sony put this out as an official trailer. I'm assuming that this is an official trailer. Because this movie comes out this summer, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of the movies that it's kind of slept on, like Megan, Superman, Jurassic Park, Fantastic Four, and then this one is in the middle of all that. So
I don't know about slept on. I just think people think they should just leave it alone. That's what I think.
You think people are not rocking with it as much, or?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna give it a chance, but like, I appreciate more so like the new things, like Companion and Megan was a new thing, or this isn't new. You know what I mean? Like, they just keep trying to reboot stuff, and I wish they would stop. That's it.
Okay. I'm someone who I think that certain ideas like this will prosper in better times with better things and better directors and better technology, but not everything. That is not the green light for you to reboot everything, because a lot of things, more than they do or more than they are successful, the reboot stuff just don't hit. Cough, cough, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So stuff like that, where you have something that's 70 years, you know, that has a huge fandom, and then you do something, you know, like that tries to attach the original legacy character and stuff. A lot of the times it don't work out, and that's the reason why nowadays, and now you're hearing, you know, talks of there's bidding wars for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise, because there's companies that want to give it some life or do something for it. So I agree. I think that not everything needs to be rebooted, but I think that something along the lines of this might work. Sony's track record has been good away from the superhero stuff like,
I don't know. Go ahead.
stuff like Hard Eyes, stuff like Thanksgiving, and then there was, I feel like Sony did another horror movie, but also they redid, or the new Ghostbusters movie, Frozen Empire, was really good. And as of lately, that's what I'm saying, as of lately, I feel like Sony can get some of this stuff off. I don't know if it could be like Scream level, you know what I'm saying? I think Scream is a different type of, or a different level of fandom. But I think in a small way, depending on how the budget is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that is exactly what they're doing. Like, they're rebooting it and trying to connect it with the legacy characters. Like, just stop. Like,
Well, I think that,
I don't know. I'm gonna give it a chance, like I said, but I don't know.
I think that's a part of, like doing it though. Like, if you're gonna do it, I think, you know, Scream did it, you know, they tried it with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they just didn't do it correctly. But I feel like when you do franchises like this, I think it is very detrimental that in some form or fashion, that some of these legacy characters are brought back for the right reasons. Because, you know, the whole Scream thing fell apart, and I think that it would have looked good if Melissa and Jenna Ortega continued without bringing the legacy characters back, when in 5, that was the whole shebang. You know, that was the whole shebang in Scream 5, was legacy characters passing off, moving on, you know what I'm saying? And I think if this is successful, then you will see another one that is not attached to the legacy characters. And that's what I'm more interested in, but this has to do good. And that's where you're at. And that's, you know what I'm saying? If it don't, then waste of time, waste of a reboot. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna, like she said, she's gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna give it a chance. And on top of that, I love horror movies anyway. I think that there's a place for guys like this. And sometimes just after a while, it's cool to get back into stuff like this, but just done in a modern time. You know, sometimes I don't want to go back and watch the old stuff. Like I said, new direction, new technology, new Hollywood, new times, new actors, new directors. So let's see what they got. You know what I'm saying? But maybe this trailer will really give us some real insight, because the other one was just kind of like typical hash slinging. I know what you did. Maybe this plot will change our mind. Maybe this, inside of this trailer will direct us something different and give us like, oh, okay, I see what they're gonna do. Maybe it'll do something like that, maybe. But again, this is the new trailer for I Know What You Did Last Summer. All right, so before we get into it, make sure you guys leaving a thumbs up and leaving a like. If you're new here to the channel, hit subscribe and tap that notification bell so we do a video just like this one, you all will get them first. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to White Gold on YouTube. Her link is in the description as well. Okay, so I Know What You Did Last Summer from Fireworks, the beautiful White Gold, and this is Snoopers Gonna Snoop YouTube channel. We back.
Can you believe our best friends are getting married? Unmarked envelope? Could it be cash? A check? Oh my god. I'm calling 911.
We don't tell anybody what happened tonight.
We should go. What does it say?
Damn, and they're there too.
What if someone saw us?
Outside of us, no one knows what happened, right?
Hello?
I think that's cool too. He's using a different weapon. But the main one is the hook.
He used the harpoon in the last one too.
Someone is clearly coming after us.
I need to start drinking.
The cops are not gonna help us.
And we'll find someone who will.
It isn't something I like talking about.
You survived this once. We need your help.
You can't run. You can't hide. Get them before they get you.
Shit.
Whoever's doing this, it's personal to them.
One of us is hiding something.
We are not gonna die today. What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
Damn, she's probably gonna die. Yeah, I think that's what they're gonna do. Wow. All right, you guys. So that was the new trailer for I Know What You Did Last Summer. All right. Coming out July the 18th. All right. White Gold, how you feel?
I don't know. I think with this one, like, it makes it weird to me that the legacy characters are in it. Like, I feel like if they were just gonna reboot it, they like retell the story. They could have just used an entire new cast and just redone it. I feel like with the legacy characters, Freddie Prinze and Jennifer Love Hewitt, like, it's like, okay, they did, like, they hit someone with their car, and then this fisherman man came after them because I guess he saw it or whatever, like, whatever. So this time it's like they did the same thing, and this fisherman dude is after them too. So it's like, what do the legacy characters have to do with it other than they've been through this before? Is it like the killer is like this fisherman dude is like a descendant of the old fisherman dude, or like something like that? Like, that's what makes it weird for me. Like, if y'all was just gonna retell the story, just do that. Like, you don't with this specific story. Like, what? Like, what? I don't know. I don't get it, I guess. But I'm gonna give it a chance. That's my opinion.
Well, for me, I think that the reason that the legacy characters are brought in is because they don't have any idea what they're dealing with. And in the same city that they're in, they're still there, and there's people that you can go for help. the same thing that they did with.
But who is this new fisherman person?
I think that's the point.
I don't know.
I think that's the point of the movie. The point of the movie is like, is it the same guy or what is that? That's the I don't know. And the I don't know always works in horror movies. That's always the glue. When you have an I don't know, like you don't know why Jason don't die. You don't know why Michael Myers is doing what he's doing, really. You don't know why, like that's the glue. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the biggest question as well. Is this a new fisherman or what? Or is somebody taken upon,
is it one of the friends
to do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, who is it? And then that could be the biggest plot too. Like they could go supernatural with it. It could turn away from being a person, and it could really be kind of like what they did with the third movie, where they go supernatural. We just don't know. You see what I'm saying? But I think bringing in the legacy characters in general, I think is good. One, for their promotion. Two, it respects the movie before, because the movie is being handled by different hands. And it's like one of those classics where, you know, you always want to put something, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, you always want to, you know, like when they were talking about Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis's name was flying around. You know, they weren't thinking about, you know, somebody, you know, they were thinking about Jamie Lee. They were thinking about how can we do that? You know, how can we? And then next, you know, when someone gets Halloween again, they might bring Jamie Lee Curtis back. But if not, I guarantee they pay homage in some form or fashion. And I think with classics like this, I think it's just respect. You know, I think it's respect to the fandom too. That, like, you know, same thing with Scream. You know, Scream, like just bringing in Melissa and them, yeah, that's cool. But with the story that they had, it made no sense to not have, or at least give stakes to kill off, you know. And that's what I feel like this did. When she said, "What are you waiting for?" I was like, oh, damn, I think she's going to die in this, which is what I said before, where I think that this goes down, and that I think they're going to see how it does. And if it does well, then they will continue the story without these legacy characters. And also it will depend on what direction they went with this. You know, is it supernatural, or did they stay really, really grounded and just keep it kind of close to the chest? I would be surprised if they went supernatural. I think that would be cool if if it was past, you know, a relative or whatever that was in the bloodline of this fisherman guy, whatever that, and they made it like a supernatural character. Like, what if it's, you know, like, which would even be crazier, like if it was the dude from the movies before, he's just supernatural now, and this is what he does as karma, or this is what he does now, like, or like maybe this guy does that, maybe this guy doesn't, like maybe he dies in this or something, and then in the second movie he comes back as a supernatural entity this time. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's why I said I feel like in today's modern time with new directors and new writers, you know, you can get a lot more off. But back then, stuff was just done a little bit different, and it was just the times. Like, we're a lot more smarter than we were back then. And I feel like that with this movie, you have potential to really kind of see what they can work with. But it could be really just a redo, and it could be pointless. But I feel like Freddie Prinze and Jennifer Love Hewitt being in this is ultimately, more than anything, money, and then respect to the fans. You know, like, we're going to do this again. And they probably don't even have huge roles. It looks like that mainly this is going to be about this new cast. And then when they're fucked and they don't know what to do, or they're looking somewhere and someone says, well, this happened to some kids back in are they still living here? And then they just touch in with them or something, and then they help them, and then both of them die at the end. And then you start a new, you know, I don't know. But I think it was cool to see. Like, again, I'm a horror fan. I think there's a spot for stuff like this. It's nothing grandiose, but I still think it would be really cool to take a look at, because I love the originals, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily the third one, but the first two are really, really good. So you all let us know down in the comments how you feel about the new trailer for I Know What You Did Last Summer, all right? So before we get out of here, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up and leave it a like. If you're new here to the channel, hit subscribe and tap that notification bell so when we do a video just like this one, you all will get them first. And like I said before, we do have a playlist on the channel that has the first 3 I Know What You Did Last Summer movies, or the first 3 movies in the franchise. They are up on the channel. So if you want to take a look at those, you can, okay? So we have more content on the way, and if they give us more trailers, we'll be here with more trailers, all right? I'm Fireworks, the beautiful white gold, and this is Snoopers Gonna Snoop YouTube channel. We out.